Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Skyline Open Mic. Wow. The way those gentlemen preached, I thought I was in a mega church. That was awesome. So I'm going to read these jokes from my phone. If I had a guitar like everyone else, I would just, if I was a guitar, I would just put that chord right in my butt, because that's where these jokes will be coming from. No, I'll read them from my phone, which is actually on 16%, which is funny, because it's a common theme with iPhones. Sometimes we never let our iPhones fully die. We just barely charge them before we go out, so they're at a perpetual 15 to 11%. If our phones had feelings, I wonder if they would ask us to just let them die every now and then. So my name is Julieta. I work in town. I'm a bartender. I moved here from Texas not too long ago, which is why this place is kind of cute and familiar. It gives me that old honky-tonk rustic vibe, you know? Yeah! Woo! Sports playing in the background. There's nothing about this that isn't Texan. So me and my awesome partner, Sam, who is a nice guy, we're going back to Texas, which is ironic because Texas is the most farm of the crop. You know, all the stereotypes are true. I have seen people ride horses to school. So we're going, and it's going to be interesting because in a barbecue state, I'm going to visit my vegetarian parents. Both of my parents are vegetarian, and they're very like holistic hippie. They're into meditation and all that shit. I never know a peaceful morning at 8 a.m. I can't have a hangover in peace because my dad will be meditating at 8 a.m. So Sam is coming with me, my partner, and he wants to watch the rodeo. But the thing he doesn't know about my dad is my dad's not into the rodeo, man. My dad is the type to, if he tries to make friends in Texas and they'll be like, hey, you want to come out fishing with us on the coast? Like, we got a boat. My dad, a nice Mexican man, will calmly say that he doesn't believe in the killing of innocent animals, and it'll make the conversation really awkward. So he doesn't really have much friends down there. So Sam wants to get the rodeo experience, so I'm telling him, dude, you just gotta suppress that. So the way I think it's gonna go down is Sam is gonna watch videos of the rodeo while we're in Texas, right, with the door closed in the guest room. And maybe my dad will walk by. Oh my God, I won't be there. My dad will walk by and Sam will be in the guest room watching videos of the rodeo, and my dad will hear, yee-haw! And he'll go into the guest room to see what Sam might be looking at. And no matter how hard he tries, the room is too small, the TV's right there. My dad is gonna know what my boyfriend was looking at. And though it might not be a big deal, it might involve some awkward eye contact later at dinner. But you know, my dad is really no stranger. Sometimes I walk past his room, he's my Mexican father, and I hear an, so is he like really that one to talk? Anyway, speaking of vegetarians and vegans, you know, I truthfully think climate change and all these problems started when all the world started making fun of vegans and vegetarians. You guys remember that? Everyone was like, PETA sucks. PETA does suck. But everybody just started making fun of vegans, clowning vegans, and now look at us. We all gave up. Do I know a single vegan in here who's still a vegan? No. Anyone who's tried it has respectfully given up. We've all taken that one bite back to the side of darkness. Come on. It's good. Meat is good, even though, you know. Now, when ex-vegans get too stoned, they have to avoid eating anything that has got too many veins or tendrils, tenderloins, tendons. Thank you, tendons. When an ex-vegan gets too stoned, they have to eat a breakfast egg and not think about that video that they saw about where eggs really come from. I'm not going to spoil y'all's dinner. I think that's why they invented chicken nuggets. a nice emulsified blend of meat so that nobody could tell that it was ever really a living thing. Don't even get me started on those GMOs. But when I was vegan, I found it hilarious that not even McDonald's French fries were vegan. They were cooked in beef fat. That was really funny when I went to McDonald's for my pre-prom dinner. I kind of went to prom with a couple of losers, I realize that now. Or cheap dates. When I was vegan, I realized that not all of my friends picked restaurants that could cater to my needs or that had vegan or vegetarian options. This was in Texas like 8 years ago. And that's all right. You know, I got really good at picking sides. Literally though. It's actually easier to pick individual side choices from a restaurant menu than an actual meal with all these dumb modifications. Being vegan is hard. I totally get why we all quit and we're back on that barbecue. For my last joke, I just want to recall a deep childhood memory that I think a lot of people might empathize with. A lot of people talk about their first sexual awakening, maybe being a magazine in their dad's room, or maybe being a great TV star who, like Twilight, or I don't know how old everyone in the room is if it goes back to High School Musical and Troy Bolton. But for me, it was actually when my mom took me on a Nickelodeon slime tour that they did throughout the country when I was living in New Mexico. It was pretty sick. It was this whole tour where they go around the United States and get kids amped up, slime them, which is a weird thing that they did, pouring the bright green slime on children. So my mom took us to one of them that was happening near our house, and it was awesome. They had slime buckets, they had t-shirt cannons, but the one thing I noticed most, hopping around on the stage, was, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was a slime man. It was a tall man in an absolute green bodysuit, just a green morph bodysuit. And standing eye level at the stage, I want you to imagine what the first thing a girl, maybe 11 or 12-year-old person, might notice about the male anatomy when you see a gentleman dance around a stage in a lime green morph suit. That was my first sexual awakening. Thank you guys, that's all I got.